Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm here to share with you today a drop cloth stocking DIY. We're going to be making 24 different stockings, start to finish. So I hope you're going to join me. This was a really fun, cute little project. It's been kind of on the back burner for quite some time, but we're going to do this today, and I hope you're going to join me. So I finished tracing and all of my stockings onto freezer paper, onto the matte finish side. We're going to need this shiny side down. So I've got a few more to cut. I've been cutting quite a few of these. So now we're going to go to the ironing board and we're going to iron these onto all of our little squares. These are done in twos for our little stockings. So we're going to go to the ironing board. I'm on the no steam setting. Again, I'm using the shiny side down, and it's just one of those little life hacks where it irons right, it bonds to your fabric, your drop cloth. Okay, so here's my little stack of all my little pinned stockings. I'm just going to follow my outline of my pattern, and off we go. if you're interested in how I made these flowers. I made these on another video. You'll have to check it out. Really, really cute. I love these little flowers. So I'm just gonna These are little felt snowflakes that are from so many years ago, and they had sticky paper on the back and it didn't even stick anymore. So that's how old they are. I did a project at the school with kids, and there's the little snowflakes. And then this is a very special one. This may go at the top of the tree. These were half price, so I got them for $2. I used one somewhere else on another project. And this one, I always have a thing that when I get a new ornament for the year, that's the ornament that goes closest to the top of my tree. Just something I've always done, and probably started when my husband and I were first married and we didn't have a lot of ornaments. And we got a special one that was like a Fabergé egg. It was just beautiful. Of course, it was not real. It was from a famous Christmas town around here called Frankenmuth, and it was our very first Christmas. And I put that ornament on the very top of the tree, and it was really beautiful and makes me want to cry. Oh, and so every year our new ornament goes at the top. And this one being so special, this may go at the top. So we're gonna do that. I'm going to ask Santa for a new glue gun this year for Christmas. I think that would be nice. So this one is going to just like that. And these are just all fun, tiny, tiny bits of trim. These could be off of old clothing, could be from anything. It could be from packaging, those little scraps of ribbon that even though people save them and they say, oh, save your ribbon, and you never know what to do with it, well, now you can do something like this with it. Old clothes, kids' clothes, blankets from your grandmother, like my chenille here, that was from my grandmother. Okay. So there is our final stocking. My fingers are stuck together. There's our final stocking. And I'm going to take you on to, I'm going to hang these and show you what they look like all hung together. You could make 2 of these, you could make 12, you could make 1 for each child, each family member, or you could make 24 for an advent. So I'm going to show you what they look like strung. So here's my frame for the second half of our Advent Christmas tree, frame tree, whatever you want to call this piece of art. This is a frame with an oil painting, looks like of the side of a mountain in the Kentucky hills or something. It's really beautiful, but I picked this up at the Restore, gosh, back maybe in April or May, knowing that I would use it for just the right project, and here we are. So this is almost like got a gilded look, but it looks like an, you know, like a wood frame with a little bit of a wash over it. I love the look of the frame. I bought it for the frame knowing that I could do something else with it. So what we're going to do is pop this out of this frame, and I use this little chisel thing here and kind of I already did this, but these are loosened up. I loosened up all these little things, and I'm just going to pop this picture right out of here. So now that I've popped this out of my frame, I'm going to be leaving the back just like it is, or the front of the picture just as it is, painting. I'm going to spray the back of this with my spray adhesive so that I can attach my drop cloth onto here. So I'll step outside. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back inside in my craft room, and we're going to do this right on the floor because it's a nice big surface. This is the back side of the canvas, and I've got my drop cloth here that I ironed nicely, and I'm just going to lay that down, and I'm going to smooth this on. Okay, so that is all nice on there, and I'm just gonna cut around the edge of this. Follow your manufacturer's instructions for how to, if you're supposed to wait. I may have been, you know, better off reading the directions, but I worked with this stuff a lot, and sometimes you do have to let it dry for a few moments for it to become tacky. I just came in and hoping that this feels like it's going to be good. And I'm just cutting around the edge. I may just go around the corners of this with a little hot glue just to hold it in place, but our frame is going to help us with that too. Here's our frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of glue around the very edge of my drop cloth, because this is a very old board and usually things stick really nice. It feels like this is coming up a little, so I'm just going to go around the edges and put a little bit of hot glue. See, now that's sticking a little better. This stuff, you really should let it sit, I think. But I gotta bring this to you before Christmas, so I'm doing this kind of quick. Ready? Just checking my canvas again here. Okay, I have my little handheld upholstery stapler. This thing is great. It's really easy to use, but you should have safety goggles on and be very careful. The staples come out this end, and I'm just going to staple this in place. Okay, I have my wire cutters. I have some of these pipe cleaners, Christmas tree pipe cleaner stems from Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, hobby stores. They probably carry these at Michael's as well. And I have my upholstery stapler, and we're going to take a look at our frame. Okay, so for this cute little Christmas tree that we're going to make, I started kind of playing around with these pipe cleaners here. And what I'll tell you is start a new pack for this. You want them all to be the same color, all to be the same thickness. You know, some of these I thought I'd use up some in my stash of pipe cleaners, and what happened was some of them were different shades of green, you know, the dialots and all that. So we're just going to go with all out of this one package that I started. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this and laying this out right now. So we're going to use the wire cutters, and I'm using for this, I'm going to use this, you know, for this bottom branch, you want all your pipe cleaners to be going out. So it's nice if you have, you know, we're using 2 separate pieces here regardless of how long this is, because I want my branches to go out on both sides. Okay, see this one, they're all kind of going in the one direction. And this are professional crafting, you guys. So these all need to go out, so you're going to cut. If you have to flip it around to get your length, you could do this any size that you want, okay, for any size frame. So now that I determined the one side, I'm going to just do a match for the other side. And so they're going to, you know, be about like that. What I'll tell you is if you start bending these, they're never the same. So the less that you monkey with them, and the less that you, you know, fiddle with these, the better, because, you know, they're pipe cleaners. I'm going with 4 branches on my tree. It just sounds like a good idea because I've got 10. I'm going to only probably have room for about 10 of my stockings on here. So I figured I would do you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little stockings or little places to hang ornaments. So I'm liking the graduated way that this is going. So I'm going to give this a clip right there. And then we're going to clip another one, same length, okay? All right. And then for this, our top branch, I don't want it to be too skinny, too small, but I think, you know, that's kind of a nice graduation there. So I'm going to just give that a little chop. And maybe just a little bit more. You can always take off more, but you can't add it back. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to make a match for that one. And we're going to chop this one in half so we can have our branches going opposite directions. And I think this looks really good. I would like to cut this so that it's maybe at a crossing point. So let's see. So take that top one down. So that is our basic Christmas tree shape. Alrighty, I am going to grab the staple gun and okay, you want to make sure that you've got the right end. It's so make sure that you've got the right end of your staple gun or your upholstery, you know, upholstery stapler thingamajig. And we're just going to start stapling away here. I think this is going to work better than the hot glue. We want still our tree to be straight and get everything in place there. so they don't wiggle around like that, I'm going to just attach them down. Okay, so for our little pot for our tree, there's many things you could use. You could wrap a little box, make it look like a present. You could do a lot of things, but I'm using one of my little peat pots here. I painted this in an Annie Sloan. I believe this is French linen, in an Annie Sloan chalk paint, and I'm just using that little frame that they, you know, that little line that was probably put in the mold as a guide. Okay, so nothing difficult here. This is just some good paper cutting scissors and my pot, and I want some styrofoam in here. This happens to be a half of a styrofoam ball. I'm just going to glue this in my pot, and I have a little bit of moss here. I'm just going to kind of fix this around, move my frame, and I'm just going to put this together real quick. And again, you could use anything you want to fill your little pot, but I am going to use this little cute, this little bit of moss in this cute little pot. I just love these little peat pots. I've done so much with them. And all we want is a little bit of a covering so that it looks like a tree. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there. Glue this in place, and I'm going to stuff that in. Cut this so it's level at the front of my whole little half of a sandwich here, and I'm just going to glue that in place. So this will sit flat in my Christmas tree picture, portrait. And that's it. And now I'll grab my frame. One last thing I do want to do to this pot is I'm going to dress it up before I put it on my frame. So forgot about that. I've got a little bit of an off-white velvet ribbon that I thought would be a nice complement to my Advent and to my stockings. You could do this in traditional red and green. You could go with any color that you choose. And I'm just tying this in a knot because I've got so much detail going on and everything else in this little frame. So here's our tree and our frame. We've got our little pot. I'm just going to attach this little pot. Oh my goodness. I'm going to attach this little pot into my frame. Okay, so that's that. And I have these little velvet push pins, very fancy, from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to use. I bought these not knowing what I would use them for. And what I'm going to do is just attempt to push these into my frame like little ornaments. You get 20 in a pack, and they're $1.25. And I'm going to just give myself somewhere to put my little ornaments, these pins. They go into this board pretty good. Where are these? A little strenuous, but you can do it. Really push them down. These will be our little ornament hangers, and they'll kind of help to hide our staples a little bit. And they would serve as ornaments as well if you don't want to decorate this. These could be painted, but they are velvety and really soft. They could be painted in any color. You could find some other kind of little bits to add on to the edges there. But I thought these were really kind of cute and kind of fun. I have these cute little star ornaments that I am going to just put one of these on our top of our tree. And I'm just using a little wire to attach this. And I like the idea of this just being a little floppy star that just kind of, it's just kind of there. Okay, so there is our little tree, all done up nice. And I have some stockings left, so I am going to put some little stockings on here and hang them on. I'm just kind of going to lay these out and see where we want what. Maybe we need one more and we can hang it right there. Well, I need a couple more of these push pins. Let's see. Well, I guess, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, you could decorate this as much or as little as you want. And this project came out of just nowhere, thinking about what I was going to hang these cute little stockings on. And I did buy this frame for something special, and I believe that this is that something special. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to work on attaching that, and then I will show you this finished frame. So here's another use for this Christmas tree framed wall art that we made together. This could also be used not just as a stocking hanger or a substitute for a Christmas tree in a small space, studio, apartment, office, but this could also be used as a Christmas card holder. And on this Christmas tree with these little vintage, a lot of these are little pieces of cards that were cut up by my mom out of her Christmas cards. Also, this is an actual family Christmas card from 1932 that was sent in when they started sending them in envelopes. And it's just blank on the back, but that was sent in an envelope. Before that, I do have a few little, just a little something extra for you for hanging on to the end of the video. This is an actual postcard. These are things that I've collected. They're pretty cheap as far as collecting goes when you're out antiquing. This was sent postmarked 1910. How's Santa going to treat you? Is he going to be good to you? This was from Edna. I have no idea who Master E. Ulrich or Edna Was, but this is just one of those special little things. These were $2.50 at the antique store. I just dropped something. Here's another one that says best wishes for a Merry Christmas. This is also a card I purchased at an antique store. Just something fun. And this one says wishing you Merry Christmas from Aunt Margaret. And this is to Miss Irona Ulrich. And bought the same day at the antique store. Same person, same family, Detroit, Michigan, December 24th, 1910. So that's just kind of fun and a way to display some cute little collectibles, very sweet little mementos. You know, use this however you will. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you subscribe. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have fun making something like this for yourself.